Hi all, welcome to my channel. So today I'm doing a short tutorial to teach you how to package your Python program for distribution. Okay, I'm pretty sure that all of you guys that watch my channel, you guys have some form of Python background and you guys have created very fantastic program that you want your friends to use. However, you come to this problem that in order to use a program, you require your friends to download Python, download the relevant packages, and at the end of the day, it might not even work. Okay, so today I'm going to teach you how you can compile your Python program into a setup exe file so that your friends can install it easily. Okay, so there are two stages to package your software. First, you need to convert your Python program into an exe file. So with this exe file, you need to place it inside your project folder because your exe file may require certain dependency or files to run it. So from this project folder, you then convert it to an executable file so that your friends can use this installer to install your program. So for the stage 1 of the process, we will be using this package called autopy2exe. And next, to convert your project folder into an installer, we'll be using an inno setup application. Okay, so here are some of the prerequisites that you should have before proceeding with the tutorial. So first, open up your Anaconda prompt and copy and paste this thing into it. Okay. Okay, so once it's done, you do the second portion to pip install the setup tools. Okay, so once everything is done, you can minimize this. So now you install the inno setup application. So you just go to this link. Over here, you just need to click this random site. And once it's downloaded, run the application, follow through the setup installation. So for myself, I have done this process. So once you have completed this setup, okay, you should be able to find the program over here on your search bar. Okay, so now let's create a simple program so that we can walk through the whole process together. Okay, I will open up my favorite IDE. Okay, so now I will just create a temporary folder so that we can do this tutorial. So I name it as test. Okay, so for this I will be putting in some resources. So I'll put in some icons, some data set. Let me create a folder for my data set so that I can simulate an actual application structure. Okay, so now I open up here. So let me save this. Okay, so maybe I can name it as main.py. So for this application, I'm thinking of reading the data set and output it in another directory. So it's a very simple program. So I just import pandas. I'm going to import some OS over here. So path, I'm going to set the path to the data set. So I'll be doing this. Yes. So this one is to get my current working directory. Then dataset, which is the folder, and this one, and dataset.csv, which is my file. So now I'll try to read the dataset. So pd.read csv. So type in file to dataset. So let me try if it works. Okay, it doesn't work. Oh, because I need to set this as my working directory. Okay, it works. So just to print the first few lines out so that we know that it's working. Okay, so now it's working. So okay, so before that, let me type in something here so that we know that the program has started. Then at the end, I will just put program has ended. Okay, so now I just need to output this file into another directory. Let's say I'm going to name it as path to output. So for this case, I'll be doing the same thing. However, I'm going to rename it as output.csv. So I'm just going to copy this and paste it here. Okay, so now you can see in my dataset folder, there's only one dataset. After I run this program, I should see a output.csv. So let me try. Okay, you see an output CSV. So now okay, so now let me put in some timer so that I will shut down the whole program. So I will end this program after, let's say, 5 seconds. Then report system.exit. Okay, so let's try this program again. Okay, I forgot to put in some has ended. It will close in 10 seconds. Okay, let's try. Okay, I think it's working. So now let's try to convert it. Let's do the okay, so now let's try to convert our program into an executable file using the AutoPy2exe. So to open up that program is very simple. Open up your Anaconda prompt. Then you just need to type auto.py2exe. So you press enter. So for now, you can actually close your IDE. So now for this portion, you need to specify your main program. So for my main program, it will be inside my desktop in this test folder main.py. So I'll be compiling it as one file. And next, I can actually specify some icon for it. So I'll put in this test icon. Then in the settings, I want it to compile it over to my working directory over here. So I just copy this working directory and paste it in. So now let me start the conversion. So for this conversion, it will take some time, so please sit back and relax. Okay, so after it's done, you should be able to see the exe folder over here, the main.exe. Something went wrong, it didn't use the icon that I specified. Yeah, it used the previous icon. Yeah, so let's try it out. Let's try this program out, see whether it works or not. So I'm going to delete this output folder and run this exe file. Okay, so you can see the program started and has ended, and it will close in 10 seconds as programmed. So let me check the dataset. We will be able to see the output.csv. So with this, we have successfully converted our Python program into exe file. So now, after doing so, let's compile this into an installer. Okay, so after everything is done, so now let's search for your Inno setup compiler. Double click on this. You'll see this pop up. Select this, create a new script using the script wizard. Okay, next. So for here, I will name it as test. No need to change anything. Okay, so here you need to select your main executable file. So for myself, it will be the main.exe. Okay, so now I need to add the folder, the project folder. So I need to go search for it again over here. Okay, so for this, select yes and next, 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 next. Okay, so for here, I want the installer to be compiled on my desktop, so that I will see the installer.exe on my desktop instead. So here will be my setup. I'll call it setup, test setup. Okay, next, finish. Okay, yes, I would like to compile. Okay, would you like to save? No, I don't want to save. Okay, so it will take some time to compile, so please wait. Okay, so once everything is done, you can go back to your desktop. You should be able to see the setup file over here. So with this, let's double click on this to see whether it works or not. So it will actually guide you through the installation process. Okay, create a shortcut, install. Okay, so once everything is done, you can close this thing. Okay, so let's try and see whether it works or not. So you just need to run as administrator, and you will see a command prompt coming out soon. Okay, so with this, I've come to the end of my tutorial. So if you like my content, do remember to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for your time.